Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, my secondary students. Welcome to a new lesson today, which is for A, vocabulary and grammar. Please turn on page 55. As usual, we start with what we will learn today. We will learn to practice in identifying the meaning of phrases, expressions with most and least in context. To present conditional sentence type 3 and their function. To practice in using conditional sentences type 3 in context. Let's go back here to vocabulary. Phrases, expressions with most and least. What about phrases or expressions? This is not a word. Look here. This is not a word. They are a group of words, maybe 3 or 4 words. Together, all of them give a particular meaning. So you can see here all the expressions in bold here contain of most or least, or these expressions and phrases. Okay, let's read number 1. I thought, the past of think, I thought the book would be nice, but it wasn't in the least interesting. Means it wasn't interesting at all. It is totally bad. So what do you think about this expression in the least? Means at all. We have here phrases and we have these meanings. We have to read the sentences and match with their meanings from A to H. Let's do this again. I thought the book would be nice, but it wasn't in the least. Means here it's at all. So we have here A. Let's move to number 2. Children should drink at least 2 glasses of milk per day. What about here, at least? This is the minimum, at least the minimum. Maybe they should drink 3 or 4 more glasses. So here we have at least means here D, not less than. 3, I want to thank my friends Ali, Saif, Amir, and last but not least, Hamza, for all their support, for all their help. So what about this? Last but not least means that Hamza is not even, Hamza is the last name, I say, but he is not the least. He is as important as everyone else here, as Ali, Saif, and Amir. Even I've mentioned Hamza at the end here. So what about this expression, last but not least? Look here at this meaning. Which one? Yes, excellent. As important as the rest. So here it is F. Number 4. Nobody believed his story, least of all the police. What about here? That especially not the police. So nobody believed his story. He is what? It is clear that he was not telling the truth. So what about here? He is obvious, a liar. What about the expression, least of all the police? What do you think? Which one here? Excellent, it is especially not the police. So matches with C. Number 5, It is an awful restaurant, very bad restaurant. The food is tasteless. What about here? Doesn't have a taste. To say the least. To say the least. What about this expression? It means I can see more. Maybe the restaurant, the serving in the restaurant is bad. The place is not clean. So I can see more about this bad restaurant. So I use this expression to say the least, for not to say everything that you could say, just enough to say one thing. About this restaurant, for example, it is very bad. It's enough to say just one thing. No need to say everything. So here it is G. Number 6. I plan to make the most of my holiday. Make the most of my holiday and spend my time relaxing. What about here? I arranged to what? I want to take all the advantage and make a good use of every second in my holiday. Make the most of. So what do you think here? Get, excellent SH, get the maximum advantage from my holiday and spend my time relaxing. Let's move to number 7. We will stay in Dubai for 10 days at most. What about the expression at most? We will stay in Dubai. Here maybe 10 days, maybe less. So here the maximum is 10 days. Which of these meanings match at most? Yes, excellent. It's not more than. So it is E. The last one here, we have 8. The thing I liked most of all, the best part of this book was the second chapter. So the thing I liked most of all about the book, most of all is the best part here about this book. What do you think? Which meaning of these can match most of all? More than anything else. Excellent. So it is B. You can use your own sentences using any of these expressions to more practice. And you know now these meaning for each expression. Pay attention that we have here at most, at least. Also, at least is the opposite of at most. They are opposite, at least and at most. Okay, now let's move to the second part of today's lesson. We have a grammar, conditional sentences type 3. Before we go through this exercise, let's move to page 80 here. Grammar reference, page 80. Conditional sentences type 3. It consists of 2 clauses. The first one is if clause, consists of if plus past perfect. And we have main clause, which contains would or could or might, plus have, plus past participle. Why we use conditional sentences type 3? Number 1, here, to talk about unreal or imaginary situations in the past. So we are talking here about something happening in the past, about unreal or imaginary situations. Look at the sentence. If I had found a better job, I would have quit a long time ago. So this is in the past. Did he find a better job? No. So he said, if I had found a better job, I would have quit a long time ago. What about the second use of this sentence? To express regret. Look at the sentence. If I hadn't gone to bed so late last night, I would have woken up on time this morning. So he is feeling sorry. Did he wake up? Did he wake up yesterday in the morning? We don't think so. Why? Because he go to the bed so late. This sentence in negative, he used here not. If I hadn't gone to bed so late last night, I would have woken up on time this morning. The third here situation, to criticize somebody or something, to criticize a behavior. For example here, if you had completed your degree, you might have found a better job. Did he completed his degree? No. So this is something in the past. It is talking to criticize somebody or a behavior here. Let's look back to page 55, conditional sentences type 3. Look at the extract from the text and answer the questions that follow. If I had known things would turn out this way, I would have stayed at home. So, did he know about these things will turn like this way? No. He is talking about something in the past. If I had known things would turn out this way, this is the first clause, if clause, we have a comma, I would have stayed at home. The first question here, did the writer know what would happen? What do you think, yes or no? Actually, no, he didn't. Did he stay at home? No, he didn't also. How does he feel about it? He regretted. So he feeling sorry that he didn't know about what will happen or what happened in the past. Okay. B, read left before 5. Conditional instead wings, I would fly away. Look at two sentences, type 1 and type 2. They are talking about something in present and future. But conditions have to do. So this is something in the past. How did Tony do in the interview? Not very well or not too well. I'm afraid if his CV be more professional. We have if clause. What we said before, if clause consists of if plus past perfect, which consists of, yes, excellent. So we can put here had plus the past participle of be, which is been. If his CV had been more professional, we have a comma. Sorry, we have, let's do it again here, the practice. How did Tony do in the interview? Not too well. I'm afraid he didn't do well, so did he have the job? No, this is something in the past. If his CV, we have be, this is if clause, consists of had plus the past participle, had been more professional. He get the job. The main clause consists of could, would, or might, plus the past participle. We have here have got the job. Would have got the job or could have got the job. Maybe next time. Number 2, it's a shame we missed the documentary. It's really frustrating here that we missed the documentary. We will start here with if clause. If we know what time it was on. We have talked about if clause consists of had plus the past participle. Excellent, so it is had known what time it was on. We, the main clause consists of could, might, or would have watched it. Yes, you are right. What do you mean he disappeared into thin air? What about this expression? Disappeared into thin air means vanished. I know that it sounds incredible, unbelievable, but if you, look here we have start with if clause, if you see it, if you, excellent, had seen it, you would have believed, excellent. Here to search for these verbs in past participle, you can go back to page 81. We have on page 81, there are, you can find the past participle of the verbs, irregular verbs. Irregular verbs. The other verbs, regular, you just add ed. Number 4. It was a bad idea to wait for the bus. Yes, I know. What about here? I know what? Notice we have here, we start with the main clause, and this is the if clause. Come follow. So we will start here with the main clause. Yes, I know we would have arrived, excellent, earlier. If we, what about the if clause? Consists of had plus the past participle, had walked home. Number 5, did you buy a laptop? Well, I went back to the shop and they had none left. Means all the laptops are sold out. I was so disappointed. I was so sad. Here we have the if clause. If I know they were so popular, if I had known they were so popular, then we here have the main clause. I would have, and the past participle of buy, which is bought it when I first saw it. So this is about practice, about the conditional sentences type 3. You can go to the grammar reference on page 80 for more details. Thank you. This is about all today's lesson. For more information and lessons, you can visit AIN website and Twitter account. Finally, I would like to thank all those who are watched this lesson. Until I meet you again, have a good day.